Hey everybody, I have a couple of things from the vault. Essentially, in 1983, I would have been about 10 years old, and out of the very few things I still own since 1983, these are one of them. Almost complete. I think there are probably between 12, let's see, 3, 6, 9, yeah, about 12 miniatures in each one of these boxes. As you can see, these boxes are very weathered. I wish I was a very careful kid, but I actually am missing one of them, although I suspect I still have it here somewhere. One of these miniatures, and 4 or 5 out of the 24 actually have some damage, because I did kind of pull them out of the box as a kid and mess around with them, although I never painted them. This one here is, so this is the TSR, so this is pre-Wizards of the Coast, and it's the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Fighters, Rangers, and Paladins. This one here is the Clerics and Druids, and these are 25mm scale, as it shows right there. And I can just show you on the back, I mean, these were meant to be painted. As you can see, I, for some reason, had some logic where I was initialing these, like probably trying to insert them into adventures or something. But these are 1983 miniatures for TSR. I do think that the quality has come quite a long way since that time. But this was prior to really when, at least I even heavily used miniatures in D&D. It was mainly role-playing, and although people may have used them, you know, from positioning just to show things, it wasn't a major part of the game. I know some folks that, so sorry, this, I'm looking now at the other Fighters, Rangers, and Paladins box. I know that people have various opinions on how important miniatures should be in these games. I won't really comment on that. I mean, I obviously really enjoy the miniature aspect of the hobby, but I don't like that at the cost of having Dungeons & Dragons role-playing where it's completely your imagination, you know. And so my understanding, after being away from D&D for many years, is it's gone the miniature route, and it's, you know, you pretty much use them with the game, is what I hear, because I no longer play it. But essentially, and I'm going to actually open this up and just show you a couple examples for those of you who've never seen this. I actually think there's a place for both. I'm mainly playing miniature-based games now, and so I don't actually see it as taking away from D&D. It's just that I play a different type of game. So whether it be the D&D board game, which I'm looking at doing, or whether it be like Warhammer, they're just miniature-based games. I'll just pull a couple from each set, obviously not the broken ones. I'll just look at these first. So this is from the Fighters, Rangers, and Paladins. So this looks to be an elven, like, fighter, I would say. That's what it appears to be. It could be human, I suppose, but I think it's elven. It's got a bit of a tree on his shield, so that might lend support. If you look underneath here, it's it might be hard to see there, but it is 1983 TSR, it says, copyright. So these are, I know I didn't play the actual first Dungeons & Dragons, like the white box. Like I played very early 80s. I know there's D&D that predates that, so I'm not saying these are the first. But these are pretty early on. I would say nobody, I think, can argue with that. Some of them are better than others, in my opinion, with a level of detail. But at the time, there wasn't really a lot of stuff available of this kind. And these were really cool to have. I mean, as a 10-year-old, when I got these, I think for Christmas or something, I didn't even ask for them. I think they just showed up under the tree. Coincidentally, then D&D became for devil worshippers, and everything was taken away. For those of you around my age, you might be able to sympathize with that. But I did end up getting everything back again. I'll just pull this stuff here. So these things have been through a lot. Or I've been through a lot with this stuff, I should say. Maybe that's why I've kept them all these years. So, this, I'm not going to read the descriptions on the back of the box, but this is probably like a cleric, because I think it came out of the cleric box. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, some of them I wasn't that happy on the quality, like this one in particular, and this stuff is quite bendy. I actually like this particular sculpt, and I think it's pretty cool. You could almost make him just a warrior. I mean, even though he's got a mace and he's a cleric. This one here is pretty simple, but I actually always liked him. Just your basic... I mean, he's in the cleric box, but again, it's kind of like your basic warrior look with your helmet, your shield, and this metal armor. And then this one here, this is such a thin piece of metal here. Like, I am really surprised I never broke this off over the years. But this is titled, I remember this one because I was just checking this out last night when I pulled it out of the closet. This is titled Druid with Spear. So yeah, not bad. So I thought maybe somebody might be interested in seeing these, particularly if you've never had the opportunity. If you're sort of not from 30 years ago playing this game. And again, you know, they actually did make other boxes. I don't think these were the only two. I think there may have been 3 or 4. But this was Advanced Dungeons & Dragons before it went to Wizards of the Coast. So, okay, cheers everybody.